Hello, everyone. So this is Dr. Ao again. So I'm coming back to talk to you about inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. Right. So uh, you probably know that there is two ways to find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix or any matrix. So one way, for instance, if you say if the matrix A is 1, -3, just randomly 2, 5, right? One way would be to put A on the left side and then put the identity on the right side. 1, 0, 0, 1. And then do the necessary steps until the identity come to the left side. And then what is going to be on the right side would be the inverse of A. You see, that would be the inverse of A. We should note A minus 1. Okay, this way is reliable. It works, but it can be long and it can be calculation heavy, especially if you have fractions. So what we rather going to do is, for a 2 by 2 matrix, we have a very simple formula. So formula says what? And all of you are supposed to know that formula by heart. It says, if A is A, B, C, D, then the inverse of A will be the matrix 1 over AD minus BC, and then what we do to the diagonal, we swap these two, which means A comes down here, D goes up here, and then the other two ones, the anti-diagonal, we change them to the opposites without swapping them. We just change to the opposite. That is the formula. And everybody is supposed to know this formula by heart if you want to avoid the Gauss method. Okay, so now if we come back to our example, right, our example A is 1, -3, 2, 5. So if I want to match this to our formula, 1 we play A, -3 plays B, 2 plays C, and 5 plays D. First and foremost, I need to calculate AD minus BC. What's going to be here? So A is 1 times 5 minus 2 times -3, which is 5 plus 6, which is 11. Okay, if this number was 0, then the inverse would not exist, right? If this number was 0, the inverse would not exist. The inverse only exists if AD minus BC is not 0. If AD minus BC is 0, sometimes it is, then the inverse would not exist. So now we go to the formula. The formula says what? The inverse is A minus 1 equal what? 1 over whatever number we find here, 1 over 11. And then, okay, now what you're going to do? Remember, we swap between 1 and 5. 1 comes down here, and 5 comes down here. And the other two ones, we don't swap them, we just change to the opposite. It's going to be -3 and -2, which end up to be 1 over 11, 5, 3, -2, 1. If you wish, you can leave the 1 over 11 outside of the matrix, or if you wish, you can put it inside of the matrix. So it's going to be 5 over 11, 3 over 11, negative 2 over 11, and 1 over 11. This is a quick and simple way to find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix and avoid the whole Gauss elimination, which consists to go from here to end here. That can be calculation heavy. Thank you.